Hello everybody and welcome to the next exciting Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu coverage.
Yeah.
As per usual, I am Messanak, and I am joined today by the one, the only.
The LJ.
Good.
That was a weird segue.
That was a very weird segue. So,
Yeah.
today we are going to be talking about episode 36, Only One Can Remain, and as per usual, the link is in the description below. Once again uploaded by Curtis Chung, I believe.
Curtis
Chung.
Kurt,
Thank
if I can call you that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for uploading the episodes in good quality. It makes doing these reviews quite a lot easier.
Yes. We respect your tenacity and your resolve.
Yup, still no clue where they're airing. I think Cartoon Network Asia, in which case I don't know why they're in English, but
I don't think that's the case.
they're not actually on Cartoon Network, I know that for sure.
What about in Canada?
Maybe.
I'm going to put my money on Canada.
Probably so, yeah. Okay. Well, either way, LJ, would you mind giving us a recap of this episode?
Not a problem.
Thank you.
So the episode starts out, and we get a quick, brief recap, and we get a new intro.
Which is awesome, by the way.
We see all the... Yes, it's really cool. We see all the names of everyone, including Zane, foreshadowing, and it's a really cool intro. The song's also a little bit remixed. Episode starts off, and they end up getting to the island, and it's explained to us by Sensei Garmadon, not Lord Garmadon anymore, that apparently Master... What's his name? Master Chins was once Lord Sensei Garmadon's sensei. Because all the other ninja were going, well, what is this place? How do you know so much? Why is it so convenient that you came along instead of Wu? Okay, they didn't say that last part. That's just a general assumption the audience should make.
And that makes sense to me. It's because of Lloyd.
Okay,
But
fair point.
they also talk about the
So-
Serpentine Wars.
Yes, apparently there were Serpentine Wars that Wu and Garmadon were involved in. And apparently Mr. Noodleman, or is it Spaghetti, decided to join with the Serpentine and divide all the elemental masters. We find out through Garmadon all this happened, and that because of wars, Chen was banished to this island, and he was not allowed to get off of it. But apparently this is where he sprung his empire, his noodle-dealing empire. So granted, we find out that Sensei Garmadon, still sounds so weird, was once a sensei, a pupil of Master Chin's. So they get into this huge room. We meet Master Chin. He has weird purple things on his head. We find out about the tournament. There can only be one. There are multiple different brackets. And they need to find what are called Jade Blades. Of course. Another hunting session.
It's so old, but I know that's what they have to do in LEGO. Because collectibles. It's done well enough here. I don't think they have any importance. They're just part of his game.
Yeah. So, they find out about this tournament. Only one can remain. And they're sent to all their rooms. I swear. So many things in this next scene are going to be so controversial in so many ways. But I'm not going to get into it. So they are taken to their rooms. And all the rooms are customized to their own personalities. You know, Kai has this huge room dedicated to him. And so on and so forth. We'll see more in a sec. So he meets Skylar.
Skylar, she said Skylar, confirmed.
Aha! I was right.
Thankfully.
She meets Skylar. And he tries to find out what her element is. Finds out her name. Good start. Nothing more. Jay has a huge room that is in tune to his elemental abilities. So he can basically make a TV screen come out of the floor. Cole is in an awful room with a rock bed, but he's got a lot of sweets. And Lloyd has basic room. Garmadon, on the other hand, is kicked out of the building. Well, the tournament starts almost immediately, and they're all thrown into the fight. They have to find the Jade Blades, and the last one remaining is a loser. There's enough Jade Blades for everyone sans one. So they start fighting. Jay is in the tub at the time he's attacked by the Master of Nature. And antics pretty much ensue from that point on. Skylar and Kai start fighting. Skylar gets the blade. Cole goes for a blade, but it's snatched up by the Master of Speed. That's all. We really sure that's an element?
It's neither's lightning, LJ. Random cough, sorry.
Yeah, but lightning is part of the elements.
Whatever. What about metal,
goodness.
huh? Or the Master of Absorption.
Absorption. Okay, fine.
They're taking creative liberties, but I'll forgive them, Gesundheit. For the sake of power variety.
Yeah. Yep. So, Lloyd fights like 3 different people and nearly gets totally decked because, what's this guy's name? What's the number 2?
Klaus.
Okay, the German guy starts using dark magic. Well, Garmadon's there to save the day, and Lloyd gets the Jade Blade. Cole starts fighting like 3 different people as well, like 2 different people. He loses his Jade Blade and finds another under a
Handy.
couch. Everyone ends up getting their Jade Blades. Jay gets his because antics ensued. Except for Kai. Kai loses his Jade Blade. And we see that the
Karloff.
Hang on. Karloff gets the Jade Blade from him. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Kai comes in with a screwdriver and lops off one of Carl's giant club hand things with the Jade Blade, snatches it, fire flies on over, and gets in the tournament. And then Carl gets sent off to an abyss below. So they're all safe for the moment. And they're all at the table discussing things. Antics ensue. They come up with a plan to find Zane. Antics continue to ensue. They find a secret passageway. They go through all the tunnels and find out that there is this huge cult under the island. Oh, yeah, also they find out that Skylar has fire powers.
Which naturally prompts
And so
everyone to assume she's related to Kai.
Yeah, but that's not really the case. I know we're going to find that out later.
Yup.
In fact, there's gonna be this huge thing about character development, and she absorbs powers because she doesn't know her own. And she's trying so hard to figure out who she really is. And during the climax, she becomes good and finds her true powers. And it's the power of, I don't know, restoration. And she's the key to giving everyone back their powers. Oh wait, getting a little ahead of ourselves.
You probably just called it.
I'm betting that's the case. So they find this huge cult. They capture some cult suits, and they find out that Master Chin...
Some cult suits.
Yeah, cult suits. Suits members
Go
of the
on, that
cult.
just sounded funny.
So they find out that Master Chin's has been stealing everyone's power. They stole Carl's and through the staff that used ice power. So they obviously have Zane's, because Zane's still alive, and that angers me to no end. The ninja got caught, but they escape, and just barely, after antics ensued, they get back to Kai's room, and that's about it. Even though Master Chin, Master Chin knows who he is because there's a giant snake. I said antics ensued. That's their cue to go look.
The giant snake!
A huge snake!
I like how they say that's the second biggest thing I've ever seen because of the Devour.
The second biggest snake he's ever seen.
Because of the Devour. That was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Welp, that's pretty much all the episode. I'm not gonna lie. Personally, I thought the pacing was a little all over the place at parts. But I guess that's what they were going for with a huge battle royale. It's kind of meant to be crazy. So I won't judge them too harshly. But it was still a good episode. Lots of setup.
Yeah.
The tournament has begun. Bunch of interesting characters with equally interesting powers. And I think I think you're going to be right about the Skylar thing, which will be pretty hilarious if you end up right. So I guess
Oh, yeah.
her power has to be absorption, or else like that'd be a tricky thing to learn. You know, unless she is related to Chin, maybe, who I guess has that power. It's very confusing. But either
Yeah.
way, I do have to ask about Zane a couple things now that we know that everybody is a descendant of an elemental master, even though Zane's a robot. And the way he lived was by like his like the Overlord, his consciousness went into the whatever the Digiverse, but his elemental powers are still there and still able to be sucked out. It's very very odd. I don't know what's going on. It feels like this whole season may be opening up some plot holes. Then again, Zane's
Yeah.
robotness has never exactly been a foolproof plot thread. Anyway, everyone's just kind of taking it for granted, but there's a lot of holes with it, so it may not be that big a deal. Certainly can't be as bad as the time travel. But no, Aljo, what'd you think of this episode?
I liked it. The antics were ensuing, and the antics were quite funny. All the characters are really good. I'm glad that they upped the pace from last episode.
Oh, definitely. Last season. Or last episode. Both.
Oh. Yeah, well, both.
I'm just glad we don't have to wait months for the next episode.
Yeah. So, overall, quite happy. Very enjoyable. I'm very eager for the next.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. This may be one of our fastest coverages. I don't really have anything more to say. Good job.
Okay.
Keep it up. Looking forward to next week. Please continue to upload. Curtis. We'll see you all next time
Thank you,
for the
Kurt.
next exciting...
Doing a service.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see you all next time for the next exciting coverage of the Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu TV series, and please be sure to leave your thoughts and your comments about the episode in the description below. We'll see you all next time.
Adios.